This is Lady Gaga, right? You all know who Lady Gaga is in Ohio? I had a chance to meet her and Oprah in the same day, right? So that is like amazing.
On April 7th, students and faculty gathered at Blair Hall to celebrate Love Wins Day. The event started off by a screening of The Ruby Girls, a documentary by Jonathan McNeal. This documentary was about a group of drag performers that raised over $1 million for HIV, AIDS, and other gay-related causes.
It's always great to see the documentary play in Dayton, where we know people who've been there to support us over the years. And even though they have been, many of them have not yet seen the documentary, even though it's been around. So many of us live in a world where discrimination and intolerance is not part of our lives, that there are still other groups of people in other areas in the country that it does affect greatly. And it's important that we give this message out so that we support young people and people that are maybe a bit ostracized or on their own, to let them know that, you know, it does get better, that there are people out there that are accepting and kind, and that there is a tide of intolerance around intolerance. It's going to get better.
We got the chance to speak to the president of the Bright Signal Alliance.
I hope that anyone who is LGBT has this feeling that, you know what, I'm not alone. That's really the biggest, most important message that I think our committee has tried to get out, is that people shouldn't feel marginalized, shouldn't feel disrespected, downgraded because of just basically who they are. And if that gets through to even just one or two people, we have done our jobs.
I think the main purpose for us is visibility. It is to let the community know that all these organizations, not just Have a Gay Day, but if you need someone in your life, if you need information, if you need resources, if you need counseling, if you need support, all these great organizations are here for you. Because really that's what it's about. It's letting people know that they're not alone. It's letting people know that there are places that you can get help and support. So that, I think, is a great part of this and a great reason why Love Always will win.
The City of Dayton, Ohio recognizes that human diversity and uniqueness should be celebrated and encouraged throughout the nation. And whereas Sinclair Community College is an integral part of the Dayton community, serving roughly 1 in 3 families in the Dayton area.
The keynote speaker, Shawn Windmeyer, had a presentation called The Power of Hate. He shared his story about coming out and talked about research findings on the experiences of people in the LGBT community as they undergo college.
That when we talk about Love Wins, when we talk about the impact of hate, what we're really talking about is creating change. And the way that we create change and give hope to people is by taking out fear, right? And each one of us has the power in our own way, whether that be the Ruby Girls, whether that be the It Gets Better video, right, to impact. We do know, though, from this research and from our study, is that, you know, students experience campus environment, and if they experience it in a positive way, it's going to lead to higher learning outcomes. It's going to help their classes, help get better grades. We still have more than half of students, faculty, and staff hiding their sexual identity on campus. And as we know, if we expect our students to come out on campus, right, then our faculty and staff should be willing to come out as well. And that's a real issue. The study in 2010 showed that 1/3 of lesbian, gay, and bisexual students considered leaving their campus, saying, you know what, I'm going to go to a different school, or I'm going to drop out. Now, this statistic is the students that we know about.
In the end, there was a panel question and answer session with various representatives from nonprofit organizations.
So I think anyone who's been paying attention to kind of the news lately realizes how far we've come with marriage equality.
In the court of public opinion, we're also winning that fight as well. Just trying to get our issues out there and recognized. We're doing a good job of that, but we need to keep moving forward with all of that.
I can talk about progress, but I think we really need to focus on what's really happening. Our kids are killing themselves because they can't be themselves. I hear about it every day. I get a message from a kid once a week telling me I can't do this.
what do we need as a priority today? I think more than anything, we need to continue to look at making gay and lesbian couples able to adopt in all 50 states.
Being part of the LGBT Film Festival here in town and looking at over 100+ pieces of work each year just to find those 6 or 8 or 10 pieces to include, I see and hear a lot of stories of a diverse range of the LGBT community. And it's fascinating to me when I see a real transphobia within the LGBT community.
I am the mother of a gay son. I am a straight ally. And when I asked a couple of the board members, I was coming here, what would they like me to speak to, they all said, straight allies are so important. And I absolutely agree with that. It's unfortunate that I think sometimes if a member of the LGBT community complains about something, that can be a little dismissed, oh, they're kind of whiny or whatever. But if a straight person stands up to a straight person and says, hey, wait a minute, I think there's just a lot of power in that. Never argue with people over their religious beliefs, ever. You'll never win that. What you do is you personalize it, you humanize it. And so decide what your message is. My message is very simple if I hear negativity. My son is gay. I love my son. And I want him to have a full and happy life. Nobody can argue with that.
Just find out about the issues that political candidates care about, and find out if there's something that you agree with. So that way when it does come time to vote, you can vote for somebody who is going to actually represent you in a way that you want to be represented.
Education is the easiest way to know what's going on. And if you already feel that you're educated enough, then join me and help us educate our educators on how to educate our LGBT kids.
I'm Nuria El-Shwehdi, and thank you for tuning in to another Clarion broadcast.